All right, guys, welcome to the first episode, the first edition of Counterpunch, where we break down specific points from the most recent episode of Counter Cause. We hope you enjoyed it. It's with Joshua Rangel, who is a Texas Tech strong safety. He's a former Texas Tech strong safety. And let's jump right into it. Evan asks a really important question in this day and age when everybody talks about wanting results, wanting it now, and not having the time to wait or the attention span to make it happen. So let's get right into it.
So once you start doing that, and once you start eating better, eating healthier, getting more disciplined, what did the journey look like after that? How long until you started seeing the results that you were happy with?
Okay, so my results aren't typical, but it is what's possible. And so you got to understand, right? I'm a past athlete, so I worked out all the time. I was still currently working out. And so the minute I started changing my nutrition, putting myself in a healthy calorie deficit, getting the right amount of protein, all that, my body changed really quickly. So I lost 27 pounds in 6 weeks.
Wow.
And so what that did, though, was give me...
We've all seen that, heard that. It's muscle memory. It's the ability for athletes to fall right back into the swing of things because their body recognizes the stresses that they're putting onto it. So a lot of people working out aren't going to have the results that fast, but that shouldn't deter them because he gets into later exactly why and what helped him get into it just as quick. And this is really important.
Stronger belief of remember, all I was doing was these basic concepts, feeling my body differently. And it was like my body just said, finally, you're feeding me right.
So talk a little bit about that just in terms of what that diet looked like. Was it high protein, low carbs? Was it something similar to keto maybe?
No, it was very high protein. Wasn't afraid of the carbs.
Okay.
Wasn't afraid of the carbs because he was exercising and getting a lot of activity, and that's really important. So for you keto people out there that maybe don't get as much high-intensity exercise as somebody who's a D1 football player is used to, it's very important that you maybe mitigate the carbs because a lot of people seem to pack on pounds, especially with the starches. So I would say that if your activity level is high, don't be scared of the carbs. But if not, and it's not intense, maybe cut back from them. Let's keep going.
So what I do for protein sources is I teach lighter colored meat better for you. Right.
Okay, interesting.
So turkey, chicken, pork chops. I do a lot of meat. I love meat. So good. But if you go darker colored meat, steak, you're getting high into different types of things your body doesn't need. Now, I'm a person too where I love my steak, right? So
necessary part of
everything.
Every
so protein sources.
Human diet. Shout out to Kim Berry.
I also do. There's certain protein bars I really enjoy for the go. I like a lot of different types of nuts. I do a lot of yogurts for my snacks now with maybe some granola in it. I also use protein shakes. I use a lot of protein shakes, meal replacement shakes that I absolutely love.
Here's my problem with protein shakes and protein bars is there's so many hidden items in them that are used as emulsifiers. You got soy lecithin, you got seed oils that are in there. I mean, you look at all the Orgain shakes. I'm not a fan of plant-based protein, but you look at all of those and they all have something in there. There's a long ingredient list that is not good for the body. And so I found a company called ProMix, which has very minimal ingredients. It's basically just whey protein, coconut sugar, and sunflower lecithin, and that's it from off the top of my head. But one thing that's important to note is that when I consume protein shakes, whey protein on a regular basis, there seems to be a decent amount of constipation and gastrointestinal upset that I experience with that. And so I thought, I'd love to just consume a shake every day, but it was really difficult for me to do that. It just made me really uncomfortable in my belly. And so I'm not personally a fan of protein shakes, but I do understand that a lot of people benefit from it. And, especially people that are on the go. Let's check this out where he talks about one of the major reasons why protein shakes are important in his life.
Dude, when you're like a working, dad and you're out there and you're commuting and all that, it's easy to supplement your protein with some type of a protein.
Like a bar.
Yeah, like a healthy bar or some shake. Yeah. Because I think it was once I heard if you could get 75% of your protein
easy.
from
There's no doubt
real
about
food,
that.
And then you can supplement the rest with a couple of shakes or collagen or something like that, then it stays realistic. Because I think that what the average person, whether you're a stay-at-home mom or you're a corporate CEO, it's easy for us to be able to do little victories, right? So the physique changes in the kitchen, not the gym.
Amen.
What do you suggest for your clients whenever they come in and they have a crazy schedule, and it's like, look, and it's easy for people to get discouraged, right? Like they give it like 6 weeks or 8 weeks and then they get discouraged and they fall off, but it's a lot simpler than what they think. So what do you recommend to people who are just like want to start out to lose some weight?
Right. So based on the business I'm in and based on how I got my results, I really love our meal replacement shakes. And so there's some meal replacement shakes out there that are really good for you, especially because I'm working with busy parents who are waking up at 6 a.m, getting their kids ready out the door. And so if you have a good meal replacement shake that gives your body the essential vitamins and minerals it needs, as well as the protein, as well as the healthy carbs, like everyone's afraid of carbs, your body is going to respond differently. And so we have simple solutions that taste incredible. And so I teach them shake, snack, colorful meal. Now, a lot of people like,
interesting.
Yeah. And so a lot of people, so simple concept, right?
One of the important things to note about this is there's a big push around fasting, at least in the last 5 years. And very, very many people see significant benefits from fasting. And it seems like he's not an advocate for it, having these snacks. I think one of the important things that you learn from fasting and that you don't get from snacking all the time, and I get it, he's dealing with a different clientele, right? So the important part here is that he's trying to get people on the right path. He's trying to change their bad habits. And I'm totally with that. And I think it's a positive output. But one of the things that we've experienced in this country is that when we're bored or we don't have anything to do, we seem to put food in our mouth. And that's not right, because it doesn't make sense ancestrally. When you go back, way back when, before grocery stores, we didn't just have readily food available, unless you were in certain parts of the world where there was fruit available and you might pick a banana or some berries off a tree. Getting to nuts is even a different aspect, because cracking the shell open every time became laborious, and it's not something that you would do unless you were really hungry. And so I think it's good to get good nutrition in people's bodies if they're going to go meal, snack, color for meal, or shake, or whatever you replace it with. But one of the things that we have to get out of the idea of, and kind of that we're big supporters here at Countercause, is the idea of fasting. And it's because it teaches your body that you don't need all this food to survive. You don't need all this food to perform optimally. We're not professional athletes. We're not trying to perform at peak performances every time. We're trying to get through the day with as little inflammation, as little pain, and as much energy as possible. Let's keep going.
As we walk with them on their journeys, we help them tweak what a healthier snack looks like. Like Josh did.
Shout out to Ben McGee at Lion's Head Coffee. Best coffee on the planet.
Inside, I'm like, great, but a little greasy in there, right?
Yeah.
And the hash brown probably isn't the best option, but great way building that discipline. So now I can work with them and tweak. Okay, let's, instead of doing McDonald's, because you're on the road, maybe we stop at this place instead and go for this option. Like Starbucks has a great little snack pack thing. That's perfectly fine, right?
You know, what I've done is for a good snack is beef jerky.
Oh, yeah.
Like a sugar-free beef jerky.
Yep.
Beef stick even.
Like a lot of
it'll put a dent in your pocket, that's for sure. Beef jerky's awesome, but it's expensive.
Yeah, grab the packaged hard-boiled eggs. Like I've done that on the road.
Yep.
But okay, so talk
That's
us
a good
through
go-to.
the diet, because that sounds pretty easy to follow. Which is
shake, snack, colorful meal. Now, based on your goals, right? There's some people that don't need the second shake. And that's one of the questions they get asked all the time. Do you do a lot of shakes? Like, I can't just drink shakes all day. I'm like, trust me, I'm 215 pounds right now. I'm getting over about 190 grams of protein, 220 grams of carbs. Like, I'm not doing shakes all day.
How tall are you? How tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
6'2", 219?
215 right now.
215.
Yeah.
And is this geared toward more of
I wasn't listening. That's my bad.
idea, or is it like weight maintenance kind of thing? What's the idea behind it?
I think one of the reasons that Evan asked if it was weight loss is because we've kind of been taught that the 1 gram of protein for every pound of body weight. And so somebody that's 215, if they want to maintain their weight, should be ingesting about 215 grams of protein. And I think Evan's asking here if he's looking to lose weight. And so that's why his protein intake has dropped down to 190. And let's see what he says.
Healthy, active lifestyle.
Healthy, active lifestyle.
Sounds like he's trying to maintain.
And talks to me or anybody in that street like, hey, I want to lose X amount of weight, or this is my goal. My first thing I'm clear with them about is like, I'm not trying to work with you for the next month for you to get a result to only put it back on or lose
Happens
it.
to
Right.
who
in
knows
2
how
months or
many
3
clients.
months.
Right.
I want to build people that have a healthy, active lifestyle for long term. So whatever you start today, and it may change, but I want to help you build the discipline. So when you're 20 years down the road, you're still living this healthy, active lifestyle in a better condition you are right now.
Do you incorporate cheat meals?
Absolutely.
I know this is probably going to be unpopular, but the emphasis that people put on cheat meals is beyond me. You're cheating yourself. If you're talking about maintaining and changing a lifestyle, cheat meals should not even be up for discussion. Should not be a thing. Have I cheated on meals? Have I eaten things I know I shouldn't, like pizza and pasta? Yes. Do I instantly regret it? Yes. Vow to never eat it again? Yes. Do I end up slipping up? Yes. But the idea to put a specific cheat meal where you go all out, maybe it's a day, maybe it's a meal a week, but where you go all out to only to realize what made you feel bad in the first place makes no sense to me. We're talking about discipline. We're talking about a lifestyle change. So the idea to put that into your regimen, that it's okay to step out every now and then, is preposterous to me. Let's keep going.
Like absolutely. So like, again, I'm not working with people who want to be fitness competitors, right? They're not doing these
understand what he's saying there.
Competition shows. I'm working for people who want to be able to walk when they're 50, 60, and 70 years old.
Yeah.
And at that time, I'm also a person that loves freedom in my life. And so I'm going to enjoy a good meal with my wife or my friends when they come over. Like we have these game nights.
That's a fair point.
My friends will tell you, as healthy as I look, I don't eat as healthy as they think I should be eating to look this way. But the difference is I've incorporated enough discipline in my nutrition plan where Monday through Friday and even Saturday, and even when I have those big meals, the rest of my day isn't thrown off.
Okay. It makes a pretty valid point. And I understand what he's saying. And so maybe I got into it. Maybe I got heated a little too early. So I totally get what he's saying. He's strict throughout the week. He's strict 98% of the time, which allows him to kind of step out every now and then. So with the idea as a cheat meal, okay, I can understand that. I can meet you halfway on that. I'm probably not going to do it, but I definitely get what he's saying. Where I'm kind of different, where if I do have a cheat meal, I feel like my whole day's thrown off. If I go and splurge on pizza, I kind of have a instant self-regret. It doesn't seem like he has that. And I understand what he's saying. Like he's disciplined because he likes the freedom it affords him for those times. Maybe his kid's having a birthday party and he wants to eat the cake. All right. That's fair enough.
And so 90%, 95% of the week looks fine, right? Then you have those cheat meals. And I go big on those cheat meals. It's not like I'm even moderating those.
For you, what's like a cheat meal?
Where's your favorite restaurant?
Birthday cake.
Birthday cake, ice cream.
Plate of donuts.
No, I think when I'm thinking about my cheat meals, it's like me going to Texas Roadhouse and ordering whatever I want and drinking whatever I want.
Okay.
Right? Or having games over for game night and we order pizza for the kids. I don't mind eating all the pizza I want or chips and salsa or queso.
Pizza's a weakness for me. I get that.
Stuff.
I just mentioned
because
it.
You understand too, like one of the things I see when people start eating healthy, they start going to the restroom a lot more, which is a healthier option. Like, I can't do this, Josh. Like, I'm using the restroom a lot more. What's going on? I'm like, it's your body's finally responding the way you need it to, and it's not used to the healthy food.
Yeah.
As I'm the opposite now, right? And so now when you start living a healthy, active lifestyle, your body gets used to the nutrition. Your body starts adapting the way it needs to. Like, you're feeding your body how it's designed. And when you put that cheat meal, whatever it is, you enjoy it, but it's going to come out quicker now, right?
Yeah.
And so you can get right back on track and it's not going to hurt you long term. The problem is, I warn people early on. I tell them, when you start your journey, I want you to make a conscious decision that you go as long and as far as you can before you have any type of cheat meal. Because it's like a little speed bumps, right? So you might gain momentum and then you hit a speed bump. What's going to slow you back down?
So what do you recommend? Like 4 weeks, 6 weeks?
I tell them so everyone's different. And I'm an encourager by nature.
Sure.
And so I'm telling them, I just want I want to put their vision as far down the road as possible, because I'm going to be there when they pick up. I know it's going to slip, right?
Yeah.
To go from 0 to 100 is not typical, but there's people out there that can like automatically turn off and say no to their friends when they want to go out. And there's other people who are like, I know I've been good 3 days, Josh, but my daughter wants to go to McDonald's, I'm going to eat with her, right? I'm like, okay, hey, no problem. Just understand, let's limit what you used to eat at McDonald's, right? I don't even care if you have a cheeseburger, just take away the fries.
Not a cheeseburger. Go to McDonald's, order 3 or 4 or 5 quarter beef pound patties, just the beef. You're going to save a few bucks. and you're going to walk away feeling decent. Don't put the salt on your beef, though, because McDonald's salt has sugar in it, not just salt. Everybody knows that. Just look at the packet. McDonald's is adding sugar to everything to make it taste better. They want you to come back. And it's fine if you come back, but order the beef patty a la carte. Last point. Let's keep going.
Like, let's learn how to cut back calories, and instead of that Coke, have the water, right? Like, let's start.
Yes. No Coke, no French fries. French fries are probably the worst thing on this planet, and it's why every American is, having trouble with chronic conditions such as diabetes and low-grade chronic inflammation. Let's keep going. I digress.
What's like a good rule of thumb? Like if you go until you don't crave it and then have a cheat meal, or like, I know everybody's
Mark
different.
needs something tangible. I love it. He needs a hard date. He needs something very specific because he's goal oriented, and that's good.
Not doing anything. Like, let's not cheat for the first 30 days. Like, I want to give your body a chance to get all the momentum it can before you cheat, right? If you're able to say no to whatever that is for 30 days, you're going to start developing a new habit, a new strength in your mentally.
Okay.
That's going to allow you to go a little bit further.
Okay.
And versus if you start off your health journey, well, every 2 days I'm going to cheat. Like, you're already giving your way an out, right? And you're never going
earn
to
it. Yeah, you want to be able to earn that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question. You had talked a little bit about the protein aspect of this, and you'd said to kind of prioritize lighter meats over things like red meats. What's the reasoning behind that?
Just this, like steaks will have higher in cholesterol and different things like that. It's
Cholesterol is not the problem. I think I've said it on the show. I'll say it again. Cholesterol was found at the crime scene with blood all over it, trying to patch the wound, and sugar was nowhere to be found. Okay? Sugar, refined sugar, most likely the culprit. Cholesterol, your body, your liver pumps out 80% of the daily cholesterol that you need. It's the construction guys. It's the building blocks. It's the Band-Aids. It's necessary for the function of all human cells, for the building of all human cells. Okay? I don't think cholesterol is the problem. I'm a huge advocate of red meat. In fact, 90% of the meat that I eat is red meat. I'm not a doctor. I'm not saying that that's the best thing for you. I do think there's value in things like the Mediterranean diet for people, but I feel great. I feel better than I've ever felt just eating red meat. I don't feel great when I eat bacon, and that's a processed meat. And I'm kind of learning that the hard way because bacon's so dang good. It's so good. And the bacon grease makes the eggs better. I digress. Look, everybody has vices. Everybody wants to eat things they probably shouldn't eat. But I don't think it's red meat, and I don't think you got to be scared of cholesterol. I eat about 10 eggs a day, which probably have higher cholesterol. I love the eggs. The egg yolk, if I could live without the egg white, I think I could do that. No egg white, that'd be fine. I get all my protein from red meat. But the egg yolk, the cholesterol, the saturated fats, somebody once said, I think it was Andrew Huberman said, if you're literally castrating yourself if you don't get the proper amount of dietary fat in your diet. There are several vitamins that are fat soluble. They do not get absorbed unless you have enough fat in your body. Dietary fat regulates your hormones. You want testosterone? Start eating more fat. It's as simple as that, from what I understand. Again, these statements that I make have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. Praise Jesus. But let's keep going. We're almost done.
Again, it's just like I'm teaching basic information. Again, I'm working with this person who's like let themselves go for the last 10 to 20 years, and they just need
Yes, put down the chicken fingers and pick up the grilled chicken. Great. I love it.
Makes sense.
I love steak.
Something that's feasible that people can attain.
There's nothing, everything in moderation. There's so many different diets and fads and things out there. And
so true.
When I first started this 12 years ago, I remember reading a study on the benefits of milk. Then I read another study, the same time frame from a different type of science, said don't drink milk because adults don't need milk.
Yeah.
Right? And so then at that point, I said, all it is to live a healthier, active lifestyle is building some simple disciplines that you can maintain for the rest of your life.
Right.
Couldn't have said it better myself. That is what it's about. Eat less, make good decisions when you eat, but eat less and move more. That's it. And I think fasting does help people understand that they don't have to eat as much as they think they do. They don't have to have 3 square meals a day. You don't. Your body is capable of functioning on nothing but water for multiple days if it has to. It's really important for people to fast and understand that, I think. I mean, it changed my life. It changed the way I think about food. I don't merely think of food and meals as an obligation that I have to do, so I might as well make it taste good. No, it's more about this specific food will fuel my body in the way that I need to. Not only my body, but my brain too. It'll get my hormones in check. It'll keep the depression out of the picture. I mean, it's really important. The depression that I battled growing up when I was on, a lot of starches like pancakes and seed oils, the brain fog that I experience now when I jump back in and have something with seed oils unwittingly is immense. So I think that Josh is one, he sets a very good program for people to actually succeed. And I think that's one of the most important things. And it was awesome to have him on and hear his story. And number 2, discipline does lead to freedom. He's right. There's no doubt about that. It's like being on a highway. You can't go as fast as you want in a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit. But you can't go as slow as you want in a 65-mile-an-hour speed limit. There are certain limits. And there are certain disciplines that you have to adhere to if you want the full freedom to run. And I couldn't have said it better myself. Josh, thank you, sir, for coming on the show. We really appreciate it. This has been the first episode of Counter Punch. That was a little on the nose, but I didn't know what else to do. So thank you, guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Where is the stop button? Oh, there we go.